Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers Legacy United. Cliff Jumper dies, 4-pack, Voyager class, Cyberverse universe, Tarn. And wow, what a figure. Look, I don't own the original figure, the one from Legacy Evolution, I think, the comic book one. But I really like this one, and comparing the two in pictures, I will say that this guy is better in my opinion, because he's got, the paint pops a lot more. Also, he's missing an arm, and he does not come with the chair. But I just thought this would make for a good thumbnail picture. I kind of put him in the pose where if he was just like this, that kind of pose. But anyway, I pulled off his arm because of the fact that technically in Transformers Cyberverse, in Transformers Cyberverse, he is technically missing an arm. So this Tarn is accurate. However, the arm is on, as you can see, Mushroom Peggy. So you just go back here and just slot it into the mushroom peg as it should. And let's hope it doesn't pop out. But here we have Tarn in his robot mode. And he looks really cool. I will say that. He looks really cool. And I really like him. His design anyway. And also how clean he is. I mean, look at the back. He's so clean. He turns into a really cool tank, but he's so clean. And the fact that the threads form these big shoulders make him really menacing. I have not seen Transformers Cyberverse. That will count for them as well. But in the comic book universe, Tarn was basically a Megatron fanboy. Also, let's remove his weapon, because we're not in the weapons section yet. But I don't know, it's like Megatron. He feels naked without a weapon on his arm. But anyway, in the comics universe, Tarn is a Megatron fanboy. Like a literal fanboy. So, I don't know if he's like that in Transformers Cyberverse, but my headcanon will say that he is. Because I watched Cyberverse's first season, and then Optimus Prime came down, and I heard Optimus Prime speak, and I was like, oh, no, good sir, no. That is not, not a good voice actor. But, like I said, he looks good. So let's go into the details so that you can see why he looks good. I mean, he's got a nice looking face with a nice orange in there as well. The mask does not come off. So for anyone wondering, he's got the nice shoulder threads right there. Nice chest here with the Decepticon logo that he has on his forehead as well. So let's move this bad boy down here to his crotch and leg area, looking all nice. The nice purple here popping out. The nice feet that he has with purple on the outside as well. Very nice like. These are the back of his legs, looking also very nice. He looks pretty filled in. Like, there are not really any like obvious gaps. Outside of the back of the feet here where there's a gap, there's like no gaps on him. Like, there's no gaps really on his arms in order to in order to fold in the hand. Like that just is something that I noticed, and I really like that. Now let's just get into the accessories that he comes with. So starting off, he comes with a block that can rotate for vehicle and robot mode. Next up, he comes with 2 cannons, which you can store. Also, this thing can store either on his back right here, if you want to, or if you don't. And also on his arm and on his leg down here if you want to. So you can give him 1 cannon on each arm or combine them into 1 big cannon like I showed you earlier. But he can have 1 cannon on each arm. And he also comes with the one thing I haven't shown off yet, a purple sword. Very nice looking purple sword. So he can hit people with it, which he can hold in his hand if he wants to. Also, I think that... Don't fall. Don't fall. He can also hold a cannon as a pistol kind of thing if you want to as well. He has options with his weapons. The only thing I don't really like is that this is really loose. It's supposed to look like this, but it untabs way too easily. It just like basically goes in there with like, I think it's called friction, but... Oh, also, maybe... You can also put it on in the shoulder, a la like Galvatron type of thing. Or like I said, on his leg if you want to as well, which nobody does. But he comes with a sword. I don't know if he had the sword in the show. I don't remember comic book Tarn. The only thing I remember from comic book Tarn is that he was basically just a Megatron fanboy. That's all I remember from the IDW comic books, because they did some weird stuff in that one. Like they eventually went really weird. Also, No. So, let's move these weapons out of the way so we can get into the articulation segment. So starting off with his head can rotate fully around. However, you gotta move his head up a bit because otherwise his mask kind of gets caught up in things because of the fact that the chin of the mask. His arms can go all the way around right here and out like so. You got a rotation down here and a bend at the elbow. And his hands can rotate and his fingers can actually open up if you want to. I don't really know why. Usually when you can open up the fingers, that means that you can't just plug the sword into his hand because there's something at the bottom, so you kind of got to go in like this. But you can just plug in the sword like so. So I don't know why he has opening and closing hands. I don't really know. I don't really understand why, but I'm not upset that it's here. Especially not because I paid deluxe price point for this figure, so I'm very happy with this figure. Next up, his waist can rotate like so. Can't really go all the way around because the backpack kind of gets in the way. If you move the backpack a bit out of the way or just untap the backpack here. And then you can do the full waist rotation. There we go. Also, these things can detach. And I guess also potentially be held as weapons. You can detach those things. I don't know why they can be detached. I mean, for me, they didn't come detached out of the box, so it's kind of weird. I also wish that they were like a little bit tighter, because sometimes they pop off too easily. I don't really like it. Anyways, legs can go forward about that far, and they can go backwards about that far. And then if you move the arm out of the way, they can go out that far. They have a rotation up here as well, a bend at the knee, and I don't know if you want to count this as well, but if you... Okay, there you go. This tab's in here. But if you untab it, you can get like an even bigger bend at the knee, because that's for transformation. But it's the same thing I've done with Windblade. Let me grab Windblade. As you can see, I just untapped the leg in order to get this kind of pose. So let's do that. And his feet has an ankle tilt, and they can move down a bit, but they can't really go up. But he's got some nice articulation. I will say this though, I'm a big fan of this one. And also with this block, you can attach the weapons here. However, with this one, you need to make sure that this piece here, this like top piece, is facing up. Otherwise, you're going to get into trouble in tank mode. And then you can plug it onto his arm, and he's got like an arm cannon, which is not necessarily accurate to the show. However, this is, outside of Windblade, this is probably the most accurate Cyberverse figure that they've released so far in the line, because Chromia and Shadow Striker are not very accurate. Now that see, stay. Anyway, so let's just put you out to the side so we can get into some size comparisons. Starting off, here he is with Chromia. Let me get Windblade standing. There we go, Windblade here, and then Shadow Striker here. And there you have Tarn with his buddies from Cyberverse. And let's bring in some actual Cyberverse characters as well, because we got this weird Starscream and this other weird Bumblebee as well. And these are all of my Cyberverse figures, and I don't have the original Tarn, so I can't compare the two. But yeah, this is all the size comparison that I have. The only other one that I could think of to grab was Scourge, but I was like, no. So that is size comparison time done. Yeah, fall, why don't you? So without any further ado, let's get you in close here. Tap that back in. Let's get you close in here so we can get into some transformation. So let's get Tarn transformed into his tank mode. So what you want to start off with is you can untap the cannon here from the side, and we're going to do a little bit of a transformation here, because you want to rotate this piece here around like so. Move it off to the side, because that will come into play later. Then with Tarn himself, what you want to do is you want to take the backpack here, untap it, rotate it out, and then rotate this around like so. Take these little cannon pieces, and there's like a little bit of a groove in here that the tiny tabs on each side go into. So you just basically want to take it, tab it in, push it down as well, tab it in, make sure that everything is so situated. Then what you want to do is you want to take the arms and just extend them. There you go. extend the arms like so, and then rotate them a bit backwards. Just pull on it a bit in order to kind of loosen it up. There you go. And rotate it backwards like so. Then what you want to do is you want to take the head and push it into that gap that is now being created. Like so. And then you want to take this piece here, and then this tab here is going to slide right in there. So just take this. Now for me, this doesn't necessarily work, and I don't like to push things past their prime, especially not, you know, potentially in case of breakage. So we're just going to do it like that. I'm just going to leave it like that. Then what you want to do with these arms is rotate them all the way around, like so. And then rotate them out like so, until you're left with something like this. Now, for anyone wondering, these are not supposed to align with these, okay? This is just supposed to look like this. Now, what you want to do is you want to close up the fist if you haven't already. Before we continue on with the arms, let's finish up the backpack. I like when they reuse things from the original figure. I also went to close the window because some noise was happening. But anyway, I like how when they reuse things because he has a flight port stand, like a stand adapter right here at the back. However, this backpack tabs into there. So you basically want to take this, push it down, line it up. I said line it up. And tab it in like so. There you go. Then what you want to do is you want to fold up the feet like so. Disengage the feet with the legs. So just bend it and then just make sure that you get it like this. So this is disengage that. That will come into play later. Now, I think the instructions tell you, I had to look up the instructions online, but I think the instructions tell you to tab them together right now. You don't have to. You can if you want to. However, I'm not going to do that yet. Next up, we're going to go back to the arms, because what you want to do is you want to rotate the fist around. Also, I think in order for this to... Also, this thing is not attached. But, like, I'm always scared about attaching things like that. So, like I said, I'm just not going to do it. But anyway, yeah, rotate the fist around. Then what you want to do is you want to take this piece here that never wants to sit anyway, and just rotate it all the way around. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate the arm like so, so that this gap here is facing the legs. Do the same thing on the other side. So just rotate this around, rotate the fist around, and then rotate it so that it's like so. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna tab the arms to the legs. So what you want to do is you want to basically disengage the shoulder a bit, use that rotation there in order to kind of line up the tab and the arm. So there's a tab sticking out of the leg here, and then right here on the arm there's a hole. So you basically just want to take this, rotate the arm in, and tab it in like so. Then what you can do is you can fold the legs up a bit more to kind of get them a bit more out of the way. I will tab them together right now though, if I can. There you go. Tab them together and this untapped, so we're going to put that back in. Next up, what you want to do is you want to come in here and just... Alright, this is going to be... let's show this off then. Go a bit lower, because while Tarn was a Voyager class figure, he's a tiny little tank. You want to come in here and open this piece up like so. So as you can see on the outside thread, you want to come in here, open it up. Then what you want to do is you want to untab this from here, and then you want to take this tab here and slide it into a hole back there. So you basically just want to also make sure that this stays tabbed into the leg. You want to basically take this, rotate it around, push it in, and then fold it up like so. Do the same thing on the other side, just push it in, fold this piece up like so. And then finally, for the finishing touches, what you can do is there are two tabs here on the top, and then there's a tab there and a tab there. They're going to slide in under here. So just line everything up. Make sure that the legs are also pushed all the way to the back, so that lining things up will be easier. Because that is kind of something that can sometimes be a bit of an issue. But just tab that in like so. And if you've done everything correctly, give it a little bit of a push. Here you have Tarn in his vehicle mode. However, for a little bit of a more finishing touch, there are two tabs under here that are going to tab in on the top over here. So You just want to take this and tab this in as well. And here we got Tarn in his tank mode that he may or may not have had in Cyberverse. So how did I forget this? I recorded everything for this review. Even the next two things, the reverse transformation and the final thoughts. I recorded all of it. But when I was editing this morning, which it is right now, I noticed that there wasn't anything. There was no vehicle talk. There's no tank talk. I didn't talk about the tank mode because I forgot to do it. I just instantly went back into robot mode. Anyway, here it is. Tarn's tank mode. And it sure is interesting looking. Not now, Shadow. It sure is interesting looking. I really like the design of this tank. It's not just like some crumpled up robot like normally these Cybertronian forms are. However, one issue though. He's got a wee fist poking out his back. Kinda wish that they would fold away, because I don't think they fold away. I kinda wish they could fold away inside, because like if you look in here, there's like no like actual room for it to go in anywhere. But I kinda wish it would fold away. Just saying, would have been nice. But this is still like a Cybertronian tank, I guess, because I don't know what this is based off of. Also, I like how the red piece here, which you can't really see because everything's blocking it, but I like how the red piece under here is stationary but has like a swivel on top of it, so you can still rotate the cannon all the way around. You can still rotate the cannon all the way around. I like that. I do like that, but this is a good looking tank mode. I mean, even the feet blend in up here. Let me just rotate the camera a bit down. But yeah, you got the nice front here. I like the Cyberverse colors as well. Head's a wee bit visible in there. Head's a little bit visible. Kind of annoying. But it's just only a kind of thing. But overall, he looks really good. Look at his tank mode. He actually looks superb. And then from the bottom, it's just, oh, hey, Tarn. Like I said, even like I said, look at how good this looks. So, without further ado, let's go into pawn storage. He only has one sword because everything else is already storaged. Now he's got some ports here on the side of the threads that you can plug this into if you want to. Also, if I sound a bit different, I just woke up, so that's why. Like an hour ago, but it takes me a while before my voice actually gets to be normal. You also got a port here on this side. And on this side, which you can plug it in, or you can just plug it in at the top here as well. Which, no matter what you do, it kind of looks a bit ridiculous. But if Tarn wants to crash into something, he might just crash into something and then like go straight through with his sword. So that could be a way to do it. Let's get this sword out of here because it looks ridiculous. But this is one cool looking tank mode, so let's go into size comparison, shall we? So starting off, I only have the Cyberverse characters here because I don't have any other Tarns. So let's just get them in, shall we? We got Bumblebee that you just saw. We got Chromia. We got Starscream. It's a bit out of shot. There you go. We have Windblade. And we have Shadow Striker, who throughout my other reviews... I've noticed I called her different each time. But Shadow Striker. And here's the Cyberverse cast all together that I own at least. And they, once again, still look pretty good. I'm a big fan of Tarn and Windblade. I don't like this one or those two. And I like that one, but I hate how it's not accurate. But yeah, so there you go. That's the size comparison. Let's just move you off to the side so we can get into that next segment that I have already recorded. And then the other segment that I also have already recorded. So let's just go into reverse transformation. Let's get Tarn back into his robot mode. And what you want to start off with is you want to just take this piece off. Rotate this red piece around and move this off to the side for now. Now the next up what you want to do is you want to take these legs here and untab them from everything and just rotate them around. To untap them from each other as well. I didn't know that was going to happen automatically. And fold up the feet like so. Untap the arms from here. Take this piece here and just rotate it out like so and tab it in. And then just take this piece here and also just tab that into. So take the threads here and just untab it from the other threads. Rotate them around and just tab them into place. Rotate this piece around here and tab this into place as well. Then what you want to do is you want to straighten out these arms. Straighten out these arms. rotate this piece around so that it is sitting nice and secure, and rotate the hand around so that it looks like this. Do the same thing on the other side, so just rotate this around to make everything look all nice and straight, like so. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate these arms up and around like so. Then what you want to do is you want to untap the back piece here, like so. Rotate this back piece around and leave it like this for now. We're not even gonna mess with these little cannon things either. But the camera needs to get a little bit higher because we are also getting a little bit higher. So what you want to do is you want to take these threads here and rotate them around like so. Push the head out and rotate this down and push the head out all the way like so. Rotate the arms so that there's a slot in here. It's very difficult to see. I don't think I can show it off with the lighting and everything blocking it, but there's a slot in there that these tabs are going to go into. So basically you want to basically take this and straighten it out like so, and then just push it in like that. Then you want to fold down the chest, and there you go. Now what you want to do is you got two tabs in the back here that are going to slide onto a tab in here, a slot in there and a slot in there. So just take it, push it up, and just tab it in like so. Then take these cannons here, rotate them around as you should, and then there we about have Tarn, except for one little thing that he's missing called a big cannon. So what you can do is you got two slots here on his arms. You can choose. I think the Hasbro shots have it down here, which looks really awkward. I personally like to have it up here, so it looks more flush with the arm. And there we have Tarn in his, if I can get him to stand. Come on, Tarn, you can do it. I believe in you. There we have Tarn in his robot mood. So, Tarn, what do I think about him? I think he's a great figure, especially for deluxe price point, which I got him for. Absolutely, what a wonderful figure. He even comes with extra pieces that you don't need. What a guy. However, as I learned while in between shots, apparently this guy is also technically can also count as a troop builder, because apparently Cyberverse had like a lot of Tarns, but these ones actually did have an arm, so you can actually troop build with them, take from one of them the arm off, and there you go, you got your real Tarn. But I think this figure is great. It's got an interesting transformation. Both modes look pretty interesting. His articulation is really good, and he even has finger articulation, which that is something that I wasn't expecting. If you can find the original, would I recommend it? If you want him, yes. If you can find this one without the set, in case you don't want the set, like me, then I would highly recommend him. For deluxe class price point, this Voyager class figure is absolutely worth it, and I even believe that he is worth it for Voyager price point. I mean, the colors here on this one make this one just pop so much more, and I really like that. And he looks nice next to my Windblade as well, and the other figures too, but to be honest, Windblade and Tarn are my favorite from the set. So there you go. So I would highly recommend him, and let's just put his arm back on so that, you know, he looks a bit more complete. Alright, we're just gonna call it a little bit more complete, even though he's not supposed to have an arm. But well, actually, before I end it, the one thing that I kind of wish you could do is I kind of wish you could store the arm on the back, like how you can do that with some of the Gamer Edition figures. However, this was originally made as the comic book Tarn, and he has two arms, and the Cyberverse one doesn't. They just repainted him and were like, let's get some extra money out of it. But it would have been nice, but still, he's got two arms. But that has been my review of Transformers Legacy United, the Versus multi-pack called, well, I like to call, I didn't find a name for it, but I like to call that one Cliff Jumper Dies, Voyager class, Cyberverse Universe, Tarn. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!